The occasion of this was an art show at Maryland Hall.
Oh,
And
yes.
this painter, Alec Crosby, did call this one the caver, and I was so ignorant I didn't know what a caver was, and I had to find out what it was. And then this resulted. As I stare at Crosby's stunning painting of a very masculine man shown only from his shoulders down, his belt crowded with ropes, pulleys, and chains, and standing nonchalantly on one leg, everything about him proclaims both gentleness and arrogance. Blue flowers clasped tightly in one hand, while his enormous left paw clutches a nasty clod he must have decided to save fresh from a nearby cave. My memory crawls back to 1943, when I and two friends entered a cave just out of curiosity, the one across from Dean's house, way out on South High. Rumors said that an old man named Cargilly found it accidentally trying to dig a backyard well. Some said this cave stretched 3 miles straight north, but none of us knew if this were true, and we had no clue. No one even knew we were going down there. In those days, even a preacher's girl had freedom to do what she liked and go hunting for thrills on her trusty old bike. I had once seen Carlsbad Cavern's impressive entry path, but this cave was nothing like that. We had to descend hand over hand on a knotted rope, and I kept my mouth shut in hope that neither of my friends would see my fear. 16 feet down, we gathered round our leader, who held our one small light, then crouched and crawled through a tunnel to the next room. A tunnel black as pitch, if you were the one in the rear, and I was that one. Our flashlight focused on yellowed, cracked walls, but when the light was shined straight up, we saw a ceiling 15 feet tall, looking a lot like the familiar upper dome of West Main, our junior high home. But this room smelled musty and dry, and just ahead we could see a much smaller hole that would be our next one to try. We sat and mulled in the darkness on how we would vote on that next crawl, for the three of us had agreed we wouldn't proceed unless everyone said yes. This vote was unanimous, but feebly so, for it was pretty cold down there, and the summer's heat we brought in on our faded shorts had vanished in that last chilly crawl. I thought to myself, I'm not scared, just cold, that's all. But I saw where the next tunnel angled down. We must totally flatten out, that I knew, crawling on our bellies into the next chamber. It was true that room was supposed to be wider than the last two, but when I looked inside myself in that wavering, flickering light, suddenly some grain of common sense I had left on my porch back home plunged through my nascent fear and raised my head to holler, "No, I vote no." This time said it loud and clear. Since none of our parents knew where we would be, if I had gotten stuck down there, who would have come to rescue me? No one had heard of cavers in 1943, but maybe, just maybe, I never ever left the view of the one who watches over me and you.
Nice.
Wow.